Unveiling the new look of Guinness. Discover a colorful world of more.
Time now for sports news, and here's Charles Eruka.
Thanks, Bimbo. Welcome to Sports News. The home-based Eagles will take on the home-based squad of Ethiopia, and what will serve as a fascinating appetizer for the Third African Nations Championship starting in South Africa next week. The Eagles, who were held to a 2-2 draw by Nigeria Premier League champions Kano Pillars, will play what will definitely be their final warm-up match at the Abuja National Stadium on Saturday. Both teams are in the final of the tournament, the finals of the tournament taking place over 3 weeks in 3 cities in the Rainbow Nation, and strictly for senior professionals playing in the domestic leagues of their countries. The Ethiopian squad, known as the Walia Antelopes, play in Group C of the competition alongside Ghana, Congo, and Libya in Mangaung, while Nigeria's Eagles confront host South Africa, Mali, and Mozambique in Cape Town. In club soccer, Nicholas Bentner and Theo Walcott scored late goals as Arsenal beat Cardiff City 2-0 at the Emirates. The Gunners failed to break down Cardiff's defence and create any clear chances in the first half, but they got closer in the second half, and in the 88th minute, Bentner reacted quickly to a David Marshall save to score the first goal. 2 minutes later, Walcott sealed the victory to ensure Arsenal maintained their top spot in the new year.
Save, Bentner! 2 minutes 20 seconds to go. Arsenal have found a way through, and it's Nicholas Bentner. This isn't just joy, it's sheer relief from Arsenal. Well, he scored, but he's also injured himself. You have to feel really sorry for Marshall, because he makes a quite superb save. Bakary Sagna, what a save this is. But there's...
On the contrary, Manchester United's hopes of retaining their Premier League title suffered a huge setback as they lost 2-1 to Tottenham Hotspur at Old Trafford. Emmanuel Adebayor headed a stunner beyond David De Gea to give Spurs the lead. The visitors doubled their advantage when Christian Eriksen stooped to head home Aaron Lennon's deflected effort, before United hit back instantly when Danny Welbeck clipped home from inside the area. Spurs survived the United fight back in a frantic final 10 minutes. United are now 11 points adrift of leaders Arsenal.
At Old Trafford, the ground where they won last year for the first time in a quarter of a century. And it's the former Manchester City striker who has nodded them in front.
Get 3 points free at Old Trafford. Their crosstown rivals, Manchester City, began 2014 with a stylish victory over Swansea City in a gripping first top-flight game of the year. Fernandinho's low strike put City ahead, but Wilfred Bony deservedly headed the Swans level in the first half of injury time. City upped the tempo after the break. Yaya Touré's deflected shot restoring the lead, and Alexander Kolarov's superb goal seemingly sealing the win. Bony's late long-range shot ensured a nervy finale, but the visitors held on.
Now the ball comes in. There's
Well, that's it on Sports News. Bimbo will be back shortly with the rest of the news at 10.
Unveiling the new look of Guinness. Discover a colorful world of more.
On the foreign scene, 2 car bombs have exploded outside a hotel in Mogadishu, the Somali capital, killing about 11 people. The explosions occurred at the Jazeera Hotel, close to Mogadishu's airport, and it's popular with Somali politicians. Reports say the blasts were followed by exchanges of fire between security forces and the attackers. The Somali Islamist militant group Al-Shabaab was driven out of Mogadishu in 2011, but has continued to launch attacks on the capital. The Al-Qaeda-linked group still controls many southern and central areas of the country. North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un, has spoken out about what he calls the elimination of factionalist filth within the ruling party, referring to the execution of his uncle last month. Mr. Chang Song-thak was executed after being convicted of acts of treachery. Although seen as the second most important figure in the country, he was dramatically removed from a special party session by armed guards and stripped of all his titles. Mr. Kim, in his message, also accused South Korea and the United States of being warmongers who have been working frantically to bring nuclear weapons to the peninsula. He urged the strengthening of North Korea's defense capabilities, adding that the country's dignity and the people's happiness depend on the gun barrel. Well, once again, it was celebrations with fireworks, confetti across the world to usher in the new year. People in Auckland, New Zealand, were among the first to celebrate, and in Australia, hundreds of thousands gathered for a spectacular firework display around Sydney's harbour. Even in London, thousands lined the River Thames to watch the displays.
Celebrations to mark the beginning of 2014 have taken place around the world. Among one of the first countries was New Zealand. In neighbouring Australia, thousands of people came to see spectacular fireworks at Sydney's iconic Harbour Bridge. Asian cities also rang in the new year. Even the reclusive state of North Korea joined in the festivities. There were similar scenes in Europe, where thousands of revelers came to celebrate in Paris against the backdrop of the Eiffel Tower. Brazil put on a huge fireworks display in Rio de Janeiro. And in Russia, there were dazzling fireworks over the Kremlin, but security was tightened in Red Square after a spate of suicide bombings in South Russia.
And the main news again. The year 2014 has been ushered in across the globe with celebrations, thanksgiving, and hopes for a brighter future. President Goodluck Jonathan has promised Nigerians steady power before the middle of the year and raised hopes on more jobs for youths as well as improved security. Politicians have been reflecting on the past year while strategizing on gaining more dominance, and North Korean leader has remained resolute, insisting he would eliminate factionalist filth in the country. And that brings us to the end of the News at 10 tonight. Thanks so much for watching. We wish all of you a very happy new year. I'm Bimbo Loede. Bye for now.